Hey, I'm Rose Wild, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to manage and stop your painful periods. Now, I know how hard and horrible they can be because I suffered from painful periods for years, and before that, I had amenorrhea, which is an absence of periods altogether for 2 years. The doctors told me that I couldn't have children, and it was only through the wisdom that I'm going to share with you today that I actually brought my periods back. I'm fertile and I rarely have a painful period these days. So to begin with, I want to validate your feelings though, because it's not fun. You're here because you are fed up. You have this pain. It stops you from being able to do the things you like to do or even think. And I understand how inconvenient that can be and just the suffering that can be involved with it as well. And the temptation there is to reach for the painkillers and to get on business as usual, right? But what I'm going to offer you today is an alternative viewpoint. I'm not saying don't take the painkillers if you absolutely need to, but in this video, I'm going to give you a ton of other ideas that you could do and practice during your painful periods that might enable you to relieve some of that discomfort and connect to your inner wisdom in the process. Okay, the first thing that we're going to talk about is what about if the pain itself, and humor me for a minute, what if the pain isn't actually something to be ignored and numbed? What if the pain is your womb and your femininity speaking to you? What if the pain was a signal that something needed to change in your environment to accommodate your feminine body and your cycle? When I reframed this, and really started to connect with my body using somatic tools that I do share in my Rise Wild community as well, if you're interested in learning more. I started to listen to the wisdom of my womb and hear its messages beyond just the pain. And what I realized is when I really slowed down to listen to my womb, and feel the sensations and ask her what it is that she needed or desired or why it was she was in pain, the pain started to subside. So the first stage of healing from period pain is not to move away from the pain, it's to lean into it and to learn about it, where it comes from, and what wisdom is trying to be communicated to you. Quite a lot of the time as women in our own womb spaces, and you can see this in some of my other videos, I talk about the red thread, which is our ancestors, our feminine ancestors. As women, we were an egg in our grandmother's womb. And so through the science of epigenetics, we now know that we experienced what they experienced. So whatever your grandmother didn't process, you probably feel too in your womb space. And so the work of womb healing and connecting to your femininity is the work of healing for ourselves, what happened in our lifetime, but also for the women who came before us and what they didn't heal. So it could be that your period pain is also part of a bigger story beyond your lifetime. So if you can be open to receiving that and listening just a little longer before you reach for the painkillers in your next bleed, I highly recommend it. And it's not just me. I work with lots of clients who have found incredible results from reframing their period pain in this way. Okay, let's move on. The second key piece is slow it down. All of your energy when you are bleeding is releasing. And if you want your body to be able to do that with ease, you need to be able to soften. You can't soften if you have a jam-packed schedule or you're hitting the gym, lifting heavy weights during your period. It just doesn't work. Instead, you need to create an environment that is slow, meditative, soothing for your nervous system, and where your feminine body feels safe to relax. We have lots of beautiful meditations in the Rise Wild community membership for this practice too. So slowing down can be practical, so don't plan anything in your schedule around your bleeds. You can create what I call the womb cave or the red tent for yourself, a safe place for the first few days of your period so that you can just bleed and rest. It's not always practical for us, I know, to have a few days away from life. So just start where you're at. It might just be an hour, half an hour, you get the message. But the point is that you're not meant to be the same as you were at a different point in your cycle. You're meant to be resting, and it's actually a blessing when you're bleeding. We're connected to our inner wise woman, and it's during this time that we can also receive many important insights about our life, what's next, what to do, what not to do, clarity on certain decisions we need to make. So it's really important that you limit the amount that you're consuming during your period so that you can enable this letting go, not only physically with your blood, but energetically too. So we have reframing the pain as being a teacher. We have the slowing down and creating softness in your environment to support your bleed. And the next one is warmth. So your uterus needs warmth to feel safe, and all of your tissues, your cervix, everywhere needs to feel warm to be able to relax so it's not contracted. So make sure that you have lots of lovely ways to keep yourself warm, with a bath, a castor oil pack. Castor oil packs are great, or a hot water bottle, or you can even warm your hands with some coconut oil and some essential oil and give yourself a womb massage. It can be really beautiful. So the warmth is a really important piece, and bringing your body into a position where it feels safe to bleed, right? So my personal favorite, I'll show you here, is Supta Baddha Konasana. Zen's going to be my, I don't know if he's going to stay there. So you bring the soles of the feet together, lying down, and you're just allowing everything to relax. And you can gently run your hands down your belly over your pubic bone to encourage that gentle flow. You can also tell your womb it's safe to let go, it's safe to release as you do this. And I recommend this practice, doing it for at least 5 minutes every day on your period, at least. So we have 3 things before painkillers even come into the question about painful periods here. The pain being a teacher, having some message for you. Oftentimes the message first is slow the hell down. Slow down, I can't go this fast. I can't do what we were doing before, right? And the second piece is the slowing down, the softness, the creating a beautiful, supportive, safe environment for yourself to bleed, and limiting your consumption. So that's not only food, it's what you watch on the television, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with. So consciously consuming, and instead inviting in the energy of letting go and releasing and reflection. So you might want to take a journal, for example. And the final one was warmth. So we want to create a warm environment for our uterus and our bodies to feel relaxed and safe, to release the blood with ease. Now, if after all of these suggestions you still feel that you need that painkiller, then go right ahead. You have sovereignty and agency over your body and to make choices that feel right for you. But if you take the painkiller straight away, you could be missing out on an opportunity to really connect with a part of yourself that is beautiful and the center of our divine feminine in our bodies, which is our womb space. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful and if you want any more suggestions around your femininity and your womb healing journey. See you next time.